Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Jasnath, also known as the Infinite Woman, with another video. So, y'all may have seen a couple vlogs up before. Let me know if you prefer the vlogs or you prefer the sit-down videos, or if you like a little mix and a variation. But definitely going to be doing a mix and variation. But I wanted to come to you today to speak about your identity and you fighting between the old you and the new you. Now, child, if you don't know me, yeah, like, I came from the streets, okay? Was a little bit ghetto, did whatever. Like, I had a mixture of like personality types, but I wasn't as a teenager. I was fighting, I was angry, I was this, I was that. Like, I just did things. Do you get what I mean? When I came into Christ, I became a new creature. This impacted my parenting, it impacted the way I was as a friend, it impacted the way I was as a daughter, it impacted me in a complete different way. And sometimes I feel like I am in a battle between the two. Hear me out, hear me out. The reason why I say that is because there are people that have known you from back in the day that basically assume, like it's not, no, let's not say assume, they can't get to grips with the new person that you are. And I get this a lot, especially when it comes to my parenting. Now, me and my children, we can go back and forth about this sometimes regarding how I parented my older children to how I parented my younger children. Completely different. And that might be in ways in which, like, I do things now, or there might be more leniency in their freedom or things of that nature. Like, me and my daughter was having a great debate about cleaning, certain things like that. I think that they do what they need to do. And my daughter felt like she did more when she was younger. And I definitely do believe she did. Because at that time, I had 3 under 5s. The both of them were the eldest, and they were helping out. They were doing what they need to do. Now that they're older, it's like, it seems like everyone's doing less. But the mere fact of the matter is there's not much to do because they are older now. So it should just be people wash up their dishes, people do this, people do that. Anyway, I digress. I'm just saying, giving that as an example to show you that sometimes in life there can be a really vast battle between excuse me, I am not editing that out, who you were and who you're becoming. I've also had this in terms of like friendship circles and things like that. Like, I don't do the things I used to do. I'm not gonna go out and be at the pub and having a drink and doing all that kind of stuff. And there are some that are used to it, but there are some that are not. And sometimes it can feel as though it's like you have to come to grips with the new you and the new way of living. And if people are able to rock with that, then cool. But if they're not, it's okay to let them go. And I think that I've been experiencing just this battle between, because also sometimes I'll be like, child, they really trying to bring me back. They really trying to bring me back. Like when you just have like little like draw outs or like issues or things like that, or somebody might come to you a little bit left or say something and you're like, I mean, I'm saved, but I still got free will. Okay, don't get that twisted. I'm joking, I'm joking, please. Saints don't come for me. But you know what I'm saying? Sorry, my hands are just real dry, and I know I do this almost every video, but I have not got time to be looking back and seeing ashy hands. So I just feel like sometimes there's a vast battle between who I am and who I used to be, and that people are not used to the new you. And sometimes it's almost like they're kind of like waiting, looking, seeing if you're going to fall or fail or do whatever. And I think this pivots into just the judgment of Christianity and the world. And I hear a lot of people saying like they feel like the world is judgmental towards Christians, and then the world thinks that Christians are judgmental to them. But I definitely have experienced it on both sides of the spectrum. And I feel it more as a Christian now, obviously being a Christian, that sometimes like it would just be like, oh, I thought you was a Christian. Like, or if you do something, like you might just do a little dance or say, oh, I thought you was a Christian. Oh, I thought you was this. And it's like, it can just feel so like the world doesn't like when we correct things as Christians, but then the world has something to say when it comes to Christians. And it's just like, ultimately, it's down to your own conviction, it's down to what, your relationship with God. Obviously, there are things that, are just thus saith the Lord. But I just feel like there are just some things, for example, secular music. Some Christians don't listen to secular music, but then some Christians do. Is it a heaven or hell issue? Absolutely not. Some people pay their tithes, some people don't. I pay my tithes because I've seen the manifestation of God's glory when I do it, and I just feel like it's something I need to do. I want to do. But is it a heaven and a hell issue? Absolutely not. But I come here to say that, there might be some of you that are out here that are kind of like feeling a little bit like frustrated, feeling a little bit like, you're constantly being pulled in two different directions. And I was having this conversation with one of my sisters at church, and I was saying to her, like, one thing I wish is that I knew Christ before I had children, or was deep in my faith when I had children. I think when my eldest children were probably in primary school, like late primary school, I came to know Christ. And I just wish I knew him sooner, because I feel like I would have instilled a little bit more into them and, just done things differently, just parented differently. But these are the cards I've been dealt. This is who I am. And I feel like it's about being confident in knowing that I was this person, but I'm not that person anymore. And it's okay. And get used to this new me. And it does feel like a fight sometimes, especially if the people around you are not in support of it. And I'm not saying that I like have people that are around me that are not in support of it, but there are some, just the odd few that you just feel like, why do I always have to prove myself? Or why do I have to, like, why can't you just get the difference that I am? It's like in relationships, when like you and your partner grow and then you're not who you used to be when you were 25. You're 30 now and you're doing different things or whatever. Like, I'm just not that person anymore. And if we can't level together or grow together, or you can't understand my shift and change, then it's going to be difficult for me to be the person that I am now around the person that you are right now. And I think that's a huge thing that I battle with, in terms of, circles and things of that nature. So, I just feel like you got to fight for the new you, and you've got to allow it to be who you are. Family, friends, no matter who they are, colleagues, set yourself apart. Let them know that, yeah, we could keng, but there's just certain things that I'm just not going to do, and I'm not going to be. And I'm just not that person anymore. And if you can't come to terms with it, then bon voyage. Don't let the good Lord split you where the good Lord hit you. Don't let the door hit you on your way out. My wife and kids, just that terminology, it's just a no from me. So yeah, let's keep on fighting the good fight of faith. Let us just be real with who God is calling us to be and who he's called us to be. Another thing that gets to me is like that personality thing. It's like people are like, child, like my personality is just so, like, I'm funny, and it's like people just don't get, like, you can be funny and be a Christian. Like, you can, be who you are and still love the Lord, in a sense. I'm not saying like break it down and do whatever you need to do, but like, I am who I am. God's created me to have a funny character for a reason. And yeah, I just feel like knowing and being okay with who you are and utilizing who you are for the kingdom and to the people that you're called to reach, and just being okay with being you. I think that's where I've come to right now. And that's why I'm back on YouTube. That's why I'm doing my thing. That's why I'm keeping it moving and trying to cut out the noise and just allow myself to be who God has called me to be, with the personality, with the character on who I am, as he's continuously, yes, still working on me, but just being me. Like, I am who I am. He's called me to be who I am. I'm a new creature. Old things have passed away. You know, behold, all things are new. So I hope you've been encouraged. I hope that it has given you some kind of confidence to walk boldly in who you are now, and continue to fight the good fight of faith, because it's not easy out here in these streets. So yeah, on that note, I love you with an infinite love. Make sure that you subscribe, comment, like. Let's get to 500 subscribers, shall we? And I'll see you in my next video, whether it's a vlog or a speaking video. Y'all see me soon. Much love.